So this is probably going to be the most difficult video that I've ever posted on my channel. I am going through so many different emotions right now, and my life is all over the place. I'm supposed to be living my best happy life, but that's something that I haven't been able to do for the last 4 weeks. Right now we're living in this crazy world where a virus has taken over and a lot of people are trapped in their house. Just like everybody else, I've been trapped in my house for 4 weeks. Less than 2 weeks now, I'm going to be having my baby. And just that in its own, it's just so stressful for me. Right before the coronavirus hit and we went on lockdown, we had a doctor's appointment about a week before everything happened. When we went to the doctor's appointment, he has always been at every single doctor's appointment that I've ever had during this pregnancy. He's been there from the beginning of my pregnancy. He has not missed anything. So here we are. We show up to my doctor's appointment, which just so happens to be at a hospital. And when we get there, we notice that there's a big sign at the entrance of the hospital that says no visitors. Now I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's for the hospital because I'm not going to the hospital, I'm going to my doctor's. So we get to my doctor's, we go in the elevator, we get to my doctor's office, and as we're walking through the halls, we get to my doctor's door, and on the door it says no visitors. Multiple papers that says no visitors. So I walk inside and the reception lady, she looks at me and she says, he can't come in here. He can't come inside. So at that moment, they split up our family and they literally kicked my fiance out of this hospital. He could not be on the property. So he had to go and wait in his car while I'm at this appointment trying to figure out, if our baby is okay and what's going on with our baby. And he's not even allowed to be right there next to me. He's not even allowed to be in the same building as me, simply because they are afraid of the coronavirus and everything that is going on. So that's fine and dandy, but it's just so sad that I was sitting in this waiting room by myself when this entire pregnancy I was always sitting by him. He was always the one holding my hand. He was always the one that got me through everything. And sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh God. Like, he was the one that always was there with me, and now it felt like they were breaking us apart. They still are. It still feel like that to this day. We only have one last doctor's appointment, which is on Tuesday. That doctor's appointment is our last ultrasound before they actually deliver the baby. And I spoke to someone at the doctor's office and they said they're still not having visitors, but he can come to the ultrasound, but they will kick him out after the ultrasound appointment is over. So I am hoping and I am praying that he can be there by my side. I do not want to go through this part alone. Like, this is the part that matters. This is the end of my pregnancy. This is the things that I have dreamed about for my entire life. This is the moment that I have been dreaming of. To have my son and to share this with my fiance would mean the world to me. One of the last and final things that really hurt me and really drove me crazy is when the hospital sent out the message that when I have the baby, that no one can be in the delivery room except for my fiance. I'm really glad they're allowing him to be there, but what hurts me the most is my mom is my best friend. I mean, she has always been my best friend. She is my rock. She is my soldier. She's my everything. And I'm about to have surgery without my mother there. She's always been there during my surgery, so I am so scared. I'm so scared, you guys. But I'm gonna make it through and I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna have my fiance there. The only issue about my fiance being there is once we go into the hospital to have this baby, my fiance cannot leave out of the hospital. If he leaves out the hospital, then he can no longer stay in the hospital with me. My doctor said that I'm going to be in the hospital from a Tuesday all the way until Friday. So I really do need my fiance to be there with me, not only to take care of me, but to also take care of the baby. I just remember when they announced that the virus was going around and we may be going on lockdown, I just remember just almost having a panic attack because the love of my life, my boyfriend, my fiance, he works at this job surrounded by so many people, and all you keep hearing every single day is these people have this virus and these people are dying from this virus, and he just so happens to work in front of so many people. It got to a point where people at his job was starting to get sick. And there was one person that got really sick really bad, but he couldn't get tested for coronavirus, and my boyfriend still had to go to work. He was literally putting his life on the line to go to work every single day. And not only was he putting his life on the line, which he still is, he was also putting my life on the line, our baby life on the line. So we decided that we were going to separate for 2 weeks. We were both going to go in quarantine in 2 different places. I was going to stay at home, and my boyfriend, he was going to go to his parents' house. So when he moved out and he went to his parents' house for 2 weeks, I was left here by myself. Now the first few days of being quarantined by yourself is fine. You're like, oh, I'll watch a few things on Netflix and I'll get through it. But after watching everything on Netflix, I started to get really lonely. I started to get really sad. I had no one to talk to. Like, literally, like, trying to get my thoughts out because I was just under so much pressure and so much stress trying to get through this pregnancy and this baby and my fiance leaving, and he could be sick, and just so many things were going through my mind. I couldn't just leave out the house to go to the grocery store. I still can't leave out the house to go to the grocery store. I can't leave out the house for anything because I'm pregnant. And not only that, I'm also high risk because I have gestational diabetes. So to be high risk and be pregnant and not have anyone and your fiance is gone, it was really scary. After a few days, we had this thing that we would do. We would trade off our dog, Bella, from house to house because Bella started to miss him a lot. I noticed that Bella was getting really depressed. She would act totally different. She really seemed like something was really bothering her. I still remember the look on my dog's face when she ran outside and he was there. She ran so fast up to him. She wanted to be with him so badly. Their relationship and the relationship that these two have is incredible. What we did was we would open the door because we were still quarantined. We couldn't be near each other. So we would open the door and just let the dog run out, and she would run out to him, and then he would take her stuff that was in the middle of the hallway, and then he would leave and get the stuff and go. That's how we would trade off Bella. But other than that, like, can you imagine seeing someone that you love right there and not being able to hold them, not being able to hug them or kiss them or tell them too much of anything because you're afraid that that person might have a virus that could attack you and could literally kill you, but you love that person so much? That's what we were dealing with. So we were going to end it in 1 week, our quarantine, and we were going to come back to each other. But we decided to do the full 2 weeks because I'm pregnant, the baby's coming, and we didn't want to risk, you know, my health. At nighttime, it was the worst. I would be laying in bed and the baby would be kicking me, and I would be like, okay, I have my son, but I really don't have anybody else here. I feel like anybody would feel that way if you feel like the love of your life is at risk of something so serious, and also you're going through a pregnancy alone and you trapped inside of a house. I just feel like anyone would feel, you know, some type of depression towards that. So my fiance has finally came back home. He came back home 2 days ago, and I'm gonna just say that that was the best feeling of my life, to know that he is healthy, he's safe, he's not sick. And to know that we can now be in the same house together and I'm not alone anymore, that really helps me. But you guys, I just want to say thank you guys so much for listening to my story. This was so hard. I just wanted to come on here and share what I have been going through as a pregnant woman and going through this quarantine just like everybody else. in America or in the world is going through. It's very scary. So just please keep us in your prayers. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Bye.